front door exploded inward. Sable barely had time to scream before Cha Minho shoved her behind him. Gunshots tore through the marble hallway. Glass shattered. Blood sprayed across the floor. "Run!" Minho barked while already firing back. She ran. She made it halfway to the stairs before a hand fisted in her hair and yanked her backward. Cold steel kissed her throat. "The maid," a man whispered against her ear. "Haewon sends her regards." Minho turned, saw the knife, and for the first time, Sable saw what a Mafia King looked like when he was ready to burn the world. Welcome to Afro K-Drama Stories, besties. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I read your comments, and it warms my heart. Now let's begin. 12 hours earlier. The red dress clung to her curves like a declaration of war. His hand crushed the glass he was holding, whiskey and blood mixing on his desk as his lieutenant asked the question that would change everything. "Boss, should we stop her?" But Minho was already moving, his voice a lethal whisper that made grown men tremble. "Where do you think you're going dressed like that?" Sable hadn't expected the door to slam open behind her. She'd been 3 steps from the mansion's entrance when Cha Minho's presence filled the corridor like a storm about to break. His tailored black suit couldn't hide the tension in his shoulders, the fury barely leashed behind dark eyes that tracked her every movement. "I asked you a question." His voice was silk over steel. She turned slowly, meeting his gaze with practiced indifference. "I'm going out. It's my night off." The next moment stretched impossibly long. Minho's jaw tightened, a muscle ticking beneath flawless skin. He'd built an empire on fear and precision, commanded hundreds of men who would die at his word. But this woman, his maid of all people, made him feel like he was losing his mind. In that dress, each word dropped like a threat. She lifted her chin. "It's just a dress." It wasn't just a dress. The crimson fabric hugged every curve of her full figure, the neckline modest enough for propriety, but devastating in its simplicity. She'd bought it with her own money, worn it to feel beautiful for once in her life, and she refused to explain herself to the man who barely acknowledged her existence. His eyes dragged over the red silk like a physical touch. 7 months she'd worked in his house, 7 months of invisible silence, and now he stared like she'd committed murder just by existing in color. "You're not leaving this house." "Not like that." She tried to move past him. He blocked her path without touching her, his body a wall she couldn't break through. The air between them crackled with something dangerous, something that had been building for months beneath the surface of their silent arrangement. "I know everything about you." His voice dropped lower. "Where you're from, what you're running from, why you took this job, why you never wear color, why you hide." Ice flooded her veins. Impossible. She'd been so careful. Minho stepped closer. "And I know you bought that dress 3 weeks ago, that you've been staring at it in your closet every night deciding whether to wear it, that tonight you finally chose to stop being invisible." Her pulse hammered against her throat. "How?" "Because I've been watching you since month 2, every single day." His bloody hand rose toward her face but stopped inches away, like he didn't trust himself to touch. "And that dress just broke the last piece of control I had left." Sable's breath caught in her throat. 7 months of silence, and now this. Now him standing close enough that she could feel the heat radiating off his body. Now him confessing he'd been watching her like some kind of obsession he couldn't control. "Step back." Her voice came out steadier than she felt. "No." The single word landed like a verdict. Final and absolute. She tried to move around him. He shifted with her, blocking every angle, not touching but making it impossible to leave. His eyes never left hers, dark and burning and barely holding back something that looked like madness. "You don't get to keep me here." His jaw clenched. "I just did." Her temper flared hot. 7 months of yes, sir, and bowing her head and pretending she was nothing. 7 months of good behavior in a foreign country where one wrong move could get her deported or worse. And now he wanted to cage her because of a dress. I quit. Effective immediately. Minho's expression didn't change. Refused. You can't refuse my resignation. I own this house. I own everything in it. And right now, that includes you. The words should have terrified her. Instead, they made fury burn white hot in her chest. She was nobody's property. Not anymore. Not ever again. She shoved past him hard. He let her move exactly 2 steps before his hand caught her wrist. Not painful, but unbreakable. She spun back, ready to fight. His phone buzzed. Once, twice, 3 times in rapid succession. Minho ignored it, eyes locked on her face like nothing else in the world existed. The buzzing stopped. Started again immediately. He cursed in Korean, pulled out his phone with his free hand while keeping her wrist locked in the other. Read the screen. His entire body went rigid. Get upstairs, lock your door, don't open it for anyone. What? Now, Sable. She yanked her wrist free. You don't give me orders. The front entrance exploded inward. Not exploded. Kicked. The heavy door slammed against the wall, hard enough to crack marble. 3 men in black tactical gear poured through, guns drawn, phoenix tattoos blazing on their necks. Jang Hae-won's crew. Minho moved faster than she'd ever seen a human move, shoved her behind him, drew a pistol from somewhere inside his jacket, fired twice without hesitation. The first man dropped, blood spraying. The other 2 scattered behind marble pillars. Run. His voice had gone completely cold, empty of everything except tactical precision. Sable ran. She made it to the staircase before someone grabbed her from behind. A hand fisted in her hair and yanked backwards. Pain exploded across her scalp. Cold steel pressed against her throat. The pretty maid. A voice whispered against her ear, breath hot and rancid. Hae-won sends her regards. Minho turned, saw the knife at her throat. His face transformed into something inhuman, something that would haunt her nightmares for years. The man holding her laughed, then released her, walked backwards toward the shattered entrance with his gun trained on Minho, disappeared into the soul night. Sable collapsed. Minho caught her before she hit the ground. Minho carried her to his office, not the servants' quarters, not her small room with the narrow bed and single window, his private space where she'd never been allowed. He set her on the leather couch. Her legs wouldn't stop shaking. The phantom pressure of the knife still burned against her throat. Stay here. He moved to his desk, pulled out a first aid kit, returned and crouched in front of her. Let me see. She tilted her head back. His fingers brushed her neck, checking for cuts. Gentle in a way that contradicted everything she'd just witnessed. The man who'd shot someone without hesitation now touched her like she might break. No blood. His voice was rough. You're okay. She wasn't okay. Nothing about this was okay. Minho stood and pulled out his phone, barked orders in rapid Korean. She caught enough words to understand. Lockdown, perimeter check, find them. His second-in-command, Min Seo, appeared in the doorway within minutes, blood on his jacket. 3 more bodies in the East Wing, boss. They came in through the loading dock. Casualties on our side? 2 guards injured, none dead. Minho's jaw tightened. Get them to the clinic. Increase security to level 5. No one in or out without my direct approval. Min Seo's eyes flicked to Sable, then back to his boss. And her? She stays with me. The words landed heavy. Min Seo didn't argue, just nodded and disappeared. Minho turned back to her, poured whiskey into a crystal glass, held it out, drink. Her hands shook, taking it. The liquor burned down her throat, chased away some of the ice in her veins. Why did he let me go? Her voice came out hoarse. Because killing you would have been mercy. Minho sat in the chair across from her. This was a message. They want me to know they can reach you anytime they want, that you're vulnerable, that protecting you will destroy me. She set down the empty glass. I'm just a maid. His laugh was bitter. You stopped being just a maid the second I looked at you." The confession hung between them, raw and terrifying. Sable forced herself to think past the fear. Jang Hai-wan. "She's your rival. She's my father's killer." Minho's eyes went dead, and she won't stop until she's destroyed everything he built, including me. The pieces clicked together. The obsessive watching, the control, the fury over the red dress. He'd been trying to keep her invisible because visibility meant she became a weapon his enemies could use against him. "You should have fired me months ago." "I tried." His voice dropped. "I couldn't." The admission cost him something. She saw it in the tension of his shoulders, the clench of his jaw. A man who controlled everything couldn't control this, couldn't control her effect on him. Her phone buzzed. She pulled it from her purse with shaking hands. Text from Yuna. "Where are you? Party started an hour ago. Everyone's asking about you." Reality crashed back. The party, her normal life, the version of herself that wasn't sitting in a mafia boss's office after nearly dying. She started typing a response. Minho's hand covered hers, stopping her. "Don't. I have to tell her something. Tell her you're not coming. Tell her you're never coming." His grip tightened. "Because the second Haewon's people saw you leave this house in that dress, they started following you. And now everyone you know is a target." Sable's blood turned to ice. "Everyone you know is a target." The words echoed in her skull like a death sentence. Yuna, sweet Yuna, who worked at the coffee shop and dreamed of opening a bakery. May, who taught English at the international school. Kendra, who'd helped her find this job when she first arrived in Seoul with nothing but a suitcase and desperation. All of them in danger because she'd worn a red dress. "I need to warn them." She tried to pull her phone back. Minho's grip didn't budge. Warning them puts them in more danger. His voice was absolute. The less they know, the safer they are. That's insane. That's survival. She wanted to scream, to throw something, to rewind time back to this morning when her biggest problem was deciding whether the red dress was too fancy for a birthday party at a club. Minho released her hand, stood and walked to the window overlooking the gardens. Security lights blazed across the grounds. Armed guards patrolled in pairs. This mansion had always been a fortress. Now it felt like a prison. How long? Her question came out small. How long what? How long do I have to hide? He turned to face her. Until Haewon is dead. Or I am. The casual way he said it. Like death was just another business transaction, another item on an agenda. There has to be another way. There isn't. His eyes were empty. This is my world, Sable. This is what happens when you get close to someone like me. They become collateral damage. Then let me go. Send me back to Atlanta. I'll disappear. Your enemies will forget about me. His laugh was sharp and humorless. You think geography will save you? Haewon has networks in 15 countries. If she wants you found, you'll be found. Sable's chest tightened. Trapped. She was completely trapped. A knock on the door. Min-seo entered without waiting for permission. His face was grim. "Boss, we have a problem." Minho's expression went cold. "Show me." Min-seo held out a tablet. Security footage. Sable recognized the street outside Club Azure where Yuna's party was happening. Timestamp showed 30 minutes ago. Black SUVs pulled up. Men with phoenix tattoos got out, entered the club. Her heart stopped. Are they okay? Yuna and the others? Min-seo's jaw tightened. They're fine. The crew didn't touch anyone, just made sure everyone at that party knows who they work for. Minho took the tablet, studied the footage. His knuckles went white. There's more, boss. Min-seo pulled out his phone. This was delivered to the front gate 10 minutes ago. He held up the screen. A photograph. Sable in the red dress walking toward the mansion entrance. Taken from outside the property. High resolution, professional quality. Someone had been watching, waiting. Minho's face transformed into something inhuman. Get everyone in that club under protection. I don't care what it costs. Boss, that's 40 people. We don't have the manpower, then hire more. His voice could have cut glass. Every single person at that party gets a shadow. 24/7, no exceptions. Min Seo hesitated. That'll stretch us too thin, leave us vulnerable. I don't care. The words hung in the air. A mafia king sacrificing strategic advantage for civilians he didn't know, all because of her. Sable stood on shaking legs. This is my fault. Minho turned to her. His eyes blazed. No, this is Hai Wan's fault, and she just made the last mistake of her life. The next 72 hours passed in a blur of armed guards and security briefings, and Sable's world shrinking to the size of Minho's mansion. She wasn't allowed outside, wasn't allowed near windows, wasn't allowed to contact anyone without supervision. A gilded cage with marble floors and priceless art on the walls. Minho barely slept. She heard him on the phone at all hours, coordinating protection details, negotiating with allies, planning something he wouldn't tell her about. The mansion filled with dangerous men who moved like shadows and spoke in codes she didn't understand. On the third night, she found him in his office at 2 a.m, whiskey glass empty. Gun disassembled on his desk, cleaning it with methodical precision that spoke of years doing this exact ritual. She knocked on the open door. He looked up. Exhaustion carved lines around his eyes. Can't sleep? His voice was rough. She shook her head, entered without permission, sat in the chair across from his desk. Neither of them acknowledged how strange this was. A maid sitting with her boss like an equal. Your friends are safe. He reassembled the gun with practiced efficiency. 24-hour protection. Haewan's people haven't made another move. Yet. He didn't sugarcoat it. Sable studied him, really looked at him for the first time without fear clouding her vision. He was younger than she'd realized, maybe 30. Built like violence, but moving with careful control. Like he was always 1 second away from exploding, but never letting himself. Why me? The question escaped before she could stop it. Minho's hand stilled on the gun. What? Out of everyone in Seoul, everyone in your world, why am I the weakness she's exploiting? He was quiet for a long moment, set down the gun, leaned back in his chair. Month 2. You were cleaning the library. I came in to get a file. You were reading Dostoevsky on your break, Crime and Punishment. You looked up when I entered, smiled like you'd been caught doing something forbidden, then went back to reading like I didn't exist. She remembered that day, remembered the exact passage she'd been reading. No one had ever dismissed me like that. Minho's voice dropped, like I was irrelevant, like my power meant nothing. You treated me like furniture. That's what you wanted. She kept her tone even. You walked past me every day without looking, because looking at you made me feel things I can't afford to feel. His eyes met hers. Dangerous things, distracting things. Things that make men in my position weak. You're not weak. I am when it comes to you. The confession landed between them, heavy and irreversible. Before Sable could respond, Min Seo burst through the door. Boss, we have incoming. Minho was on his feet instantly, gun in hand. How many? A courier, unarmed, requesting to speak with you directly. From Jang Hai-wan. The temperature in the room dropped 10 degrees. Minho's face went blank, dangerous blank. The expression of a man calculating how many ways to kill someone. Bring them to the East Parlor. Full security protocol. Boss, it could be a trap. It's definitely a trap. Minho checked his gun's magazine. That's why we're going to be ready for it. He turned to Sable. Stay here. Lock the door. Don't open it for anyone but me. She stood. I'm coming with you. No, this is about me. I deserve to know what she wants. Minho's jaw clenched. Sable, I'm not hiding anymore. Her voice came out stronger than she felt. You said I became a target because of you. Fine, then let me face this like an adult instead of a prisoner. Something shifted in his expression. Respect, maybe. or recognition that she wasn't going to back down. Stay behind me. You don't speak. You don't react. Understood? Understood. They walked to the east parlor together. Min Seo and 4 guards flanked them. The courier waited inside. A woman, mid-20s, beautiful in a cold, calculating way, phoenix tattoo visible on her wrist. She smiled when Minho entered. "Mr. Cha, how lovely to see you again. Deliver your message." The woman's eyes slid to Sable. Lingered. "My employer has a proposition." She pulled an envelope from her jacket, set it on the table between them. Minho didn't touch it. "Speak." "Jang Haiwan requests a meeting. Neutral territory. Tomorrow at noon. To discuss terms of a mutually beneficial arrangement. I don't negotiate with people who threaten what's mine." The courier's smile widened. That's exactly why she knew you'd accept. She opened the envelope herself, pulled out a single photograph. Sable's breath stopped. The photo showed Yuna, outside her apartment, crosshairs digitally overlaid on her face, on her heart. "One meeting." The courier's voice was silk. "Or your maid's friends start dying. 1 per day, until there's no one left she cares about." Minho agreed to the meeting. He had no choice. Neutral territory meant the Azure Lotus, a restaurant owned by the Neutral Council, the only place in Seoul where rival gangs could meet without immediate bloodshed. Switzerland carved into marble and gold. Sable wasn't supposed to come. Minho made that clear. But she followed him to the car anyway, slid into the back seat before he could stop her. "If she kills my friends, I want to see her face." He didn't argue, just signaled Min Seo to drive. The Azure Lotus occupied the top floor of a skyscraper in Gangnam, floor-to-ceiling windows, city sprawling below like a kingdom. Jang Haiwan sat at a table by the window, alone except for 2 bodyguards flanking the entrance. She was beautiful. That was the first shock. Mid-30s, designer suit, hair pulled back severe, eyes that looked like they'd seen every evil thing humans could do and found it amusing. Cha Minho. Her voice was honey over razors. "You brought the maid. How delightful." "State your terms." Minho remained standing. Haewon gestured to the empty chairs. "Sit. This will take a while." They sat. Sable's heart hammered against her ribs. "Here's what's going to happen." Haewon folded her hands. "Your maid is going to work for me. 30 days. She'll attend certain social events, deliver certain packages, gather certain information from my competitors. No." Minho's voice was flat. "In exchange, I won't kill her friends. I won't kill her. And when the 30 days are over, she returns to you unharmed. She's not doing it." Haewon tilted her head. "Then Yuna dies tomorrow. May the day after. Kendra on day 3. I have 12 names on my list. 12 days of grief. Unless your pretty maid agrees to help me." Sable's blood turned to ice. "What kind of information?" "Smart girl." Haewon smiled. "I need someone who can move through elite circles without suspicion. You're perfect. American. Beautiful. Unthreatening. You'll attend charity galas, political fundraisers, private clubs. You'll listen, you'll observe. You'll report back to me. I'm not a spy. You are now." Minho's hand clenched on the table. "If you touch her." "I won't." Haewon's eyes glittered. "As long as she performs. But if she refuses or tries to run or tells anyone what she's doing, I'll kill everyone she's ever spoken to in this country." The trap was perfect. Elegant, brutal. Sable looked at Minho. His face was carved from stone, fury and helplessness warring behind his eyes. She turned back to Haewon. "I'll do it." "No." Minho grabbed her wrist. "Sable, 30 days. Her voice didn't shake. "Then my friends are safe. You have my word." Haewon pulled out a contract, already prepared. Proof this had been planned from the start. "Sign here." Sable reached for the pen. Minho caught her hand, stopped her. His eyes burned into hers. "I can't let you do this. You don't have a choice." She pulled free, signed her name. Haewon's smile was victorious. Excellent. You start tomorrow night. I'll send details. She stood, gestured to her guards. They left without another word. Minho stared at the signed contract like it was a death warrant, because it was. Minho didn't speak the entire drive back. His silence was worse than anger. Inside the mansion, he finally exploded. Shattered another whiskey glass against the wall. You just signed your death warrant. I signed a contract. She killed my sister with the exact same deal. His voice cracked. 10 years ago. Promised her safety. Promised her freedom after 30 days. On day 30, I pulled her body from the Han River. Sable's breath stopped. What? Minjung was 19. Minho's eyes were dead. Hae-won used her to infiltrate a rival organization. When Minjung tried to back out, Hae-won made an example of her. Why didn't you tell me? Because you would have signed anyway. He turned away. And you did. The weight of it crushed her. His sister. Dead because of the same trap she'd just walked into. I'm not your sister. No. His voice went quiet. You're worse. Because I loved Min Jung like family. But you... He stopped. Couldn't finish. Sable stepped closer. What am I? The thing that will destroy me when you die. He faced her. The thing I can't survive losing. The confession hung between them. Then help me survive. She lifted her chin. You know Hae-won's tactics. Teach me. Prepare me. It won't be enough. Then we make it enough. Minho studied her face. Something shifted in his expression. Calculation replacing despair. Minseo. His voice cut through the silence. Get everyone in the war room. Now. Within minutes, his entire inner circle assembled. 10 men. All killers. All loyal. Minho spread the contract on the table. Hae-won thinks she's won. Let her think it. We're going to use the next 30 days to destroy her from the inside. How? Minseo frowned. Sable goes to every event. Delivers every package. Does exactly what Hae-won wants. Minho's smile was cold. But everything she reports back will be information we feed her. False intel. Fake weaknesses. We'll make Hae-won think she's winning while we dismantle her empire piece by piece. That's a long game, boss. One of the lieutenants spoke up. Dangerous. I don't care. Minho's eyes burned. We have 30 days to end this, starting now. He turned to Sable. Tomorrow night you attend a gala at the Shilla Hotel. Hae-won's people will brief you. You'll wear a wire. You'll record everything. And you'll come back alive. And if I don't, then I burn Seoul to the ground, finding who killed you. The promise was absolute. Sable nodded. What do I wear? Minseo pulled out his phone. I'll have options sent to your room. Not read. Minho's voice went rough. Never read again. The next evening, Sable stood in front of her mirror in a black dress that cost more than 6 months of her salary. Wire taped between her breasts, earpiece hidden in her hair, heart hammering. A knock. Minho entered. Stopped when he saw her. You look terrified? Beautiful. He crossed to her, handed her a small device. Panic button. Press it and we'll have a team there in 3 minutes. She clipped it inside her clutch. Minho's hand cupped her face. Come back to me. I will. Promise. I promise. She was lying. They both knew it. But he let her go anyway. The Shilla Hotel ballroom glittered with Seoul's elite. Politicians, CEOs, old money in designer suits. Sable walked through the entrance alone, wire burning against her skin. A woman intercepted her immediately, phoenix tattoo barely visible under her sleeve. You're late. Traffic. Hae-won is in the East Lounge. Follow me. They wove through the crowd. Sable's earpiece crackled. Minho's voice. I see you. Stay calm. She didn't respond. Couldn't. Hae-won held court on a velvet sofa. 3 men surrounding her. All powerful. All dangerous. She smiled when Sable approached. Our new asset. Come, sit. Sable sat. Your first task is simple. Hae-won gestured to a man across the room. Silver hair. Expensive watch. Minister Kang. He's in charge of Seoul's Port Authority. I need to know who he's meeting tonight, what they discuss, every detail. That's it? That's it. Haewon's eyes glittered. Easy money. Too easy. The trap was obvious. Sable stood, smoothed her dress, walked toward Minister Kang like she belonged. He noticed her immediately. Most men did. "Excuse me." She used her best smile. "I'm lost. Could you point me toward the restroom?" He offered his arm. Charming. "I'll show you." They walked. He talked, bragged about his position, his influence, his new yacht. Sable laughed at appropriate moments. Let him feel important. In the hallway outside the restrooms, he cornered her, pressed too close. "You're American." His breath smelled like champagne. "I like Americans." Sable's skin crawled. "That's nice." His hand touched her waist, slid lower. "Maybe we could—" She stepped back. "I have a boyfriend. I don't see him here." Minister Kang's smile turned ugly. Minho's voice crackled in her ear. "I'm coming." "No." She kept her face neutral. 3 minutes. The minister grabbed her wrist, pulled her closer. "You're very beautiful. It would be a shame if—" The lights went out. Emergency backup kicked in. Red exit signs glowing. Confusion rippled through the ballroom. Sable yanked free. Ran. She made it 5 steps before someone caught her. Not the minister, different hands, stronger. A cloth pressed over her mouth and nose. Chemical smell. Her vision blurred. Legs gave out. The last thing she heard was Minho, screaming her name. Then nothing. She woke in a concrete room, hands zip-tied behind her back, head pounding. Minister Kang sat across from her, smile gone, cold calculation in his eyes. "Let's try this again." He leaned forward. "Who sent you?" Her mouth tasted like blood. "No one." "Liar." He backhanded her. Her head snapped sideways. "You're wearing a wire, working for someone. Tell me who, or this gets much worse." The wire. They'd found it. Sable's mind raced. Minho would be tracking her. The panic button was in her clutch. Gone now. But the wire had a GPS, just had to survive until he arrived. "I'm a maid." Her voice shook. "I don't know what you're talking about." Minister Kang pulled out a knife, started cleaning his nails with it. Casual. "Haewon warned me someone would try this, sent me your photo last week, said to expect infiltration." The trap snapped shut. Haewon had set her up, known exactly what would happen. "You have 10 seconds. The minister stood. "Then I start cutting." The door exploded inward before the minister could touch her. Minho came through like a storm, shot the minister in the leg before he could react. The man screamed, dropped. 3 guards poured in behind Minho, secured the room in seconds. He cut her zip ties with the same knife the minister had threatened her with. His hands shook. Rare loss of control. "Are you hurt?" Sable's face throbbed where she'd been hit. "I'm fine." Liar. He touched her cheek gently. She flinched. His eyes went black. He turned to the minister writhing on the floor. "Who gave the order?" The minister spat blood. "You're a dead man, Cha. Wrong answer." Minho pressed his boot into the bullet wound. The minister screamed again. "Who gave the order?" "Haewon." The words came out choked. She knew you'd send the girl, set the whole thing up. Minho's face went blank, the dangerous kind of blank. He pulled out his phone, called someone. "The hotel is compromised." "Burn it." "Boss." Minseo's voice came through. "There are 200 civilians inside. I don't care." Sable grabbed his arm. "You can't. Watch me." She stepped between him and the phone. "Those people are innocent." So is Min Jung. His voice cracked. "So are you. And Haewon keeps winning because I play by rules she ignores. Then you become her. Is that what you want?" The question landed. Minho stared at her. Something shifted behind his eyes. He brought the phone back up. "Evacuate the building. Fire alarm. Get everyone out. Then burn it." Minseo paused. "Understood, boss." Minho grabbed Sable's hand. "We're leaving." They made it to the underground garage. His car waited, engine running, Min Seo at the wheel. Minho shoved her into the back seat, climbed in after her. The car peeled out before the door closed. The wire. Sable's hands shook. They found it. I know. Minho pulled out the small device, crushed it under his boot. Haewon wanted you to wear it. Wanted to know exactly what I'd tell you to say. Another. Trap inside the trap. How many people does she have? Sable's voice came out small. Everywhere. Minho's jaw clenched. Police, politicians, hotels. She's been building her network for 20 years. I've been trying to dismantle it for 10. You're losing. I know. The admission cost him. A Mafia King acknowledging defeat. The car stopped at a warehouse on the outskirts of Seoul, different safe house. Minho led her inside. You can't go back. He poured whiskey. Didn't offer her any, just drank. The 30-day deal is over. She tried to kill you on day 1. My friends are already dead if Haewon wants them dead. Contract or no contract. The words gutted her. So what now? Now we disappear. Leave Seoul. Leave Korea. I have resources in 6 countries. Run away. Survive. He met her eyes. Together, and Haewon wins. Haewon already won. His voice went flat. The second you signed that contract. Sable didn't sleep that night. Couldn't. She found Minho on the warehouse roof at dawn, city sprawling below, smoking a cigarette, something she'd never seen him do. I'm not running. She stood beside him. You don't have a choice. There's always a choice. He laughed, bitter. You sound like Min Jung? Night before she died, she said the exact same thing. What happened to her? Haewon drowned her. Minho's voice went empty, but not before torturing her for 3 days. Sent me pieces, fingers first. Then, he stopped. Couldn't finish. Sable's stomach turned. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't bring her back. He flicked the cigarette away. And it won't save you when Haewon decides you're more useful dead than alive. Then we kill her first. With what army? I'm down to 30 men. She has 300, plus half the police force on her payroll. The math was impossible. Min Seo appeared in the stairwell. Boss, we have a problem. Another one? Haewon just released a statement. Min Seo held up his phone. News article. Video footage of last night. Edited to make it look like you kidnapped a government official and set fire to the Shilla Hotel. Minho took the phone. Watched. His face went stone. Every news channel is running it. Min Seo's voice was grim. Police have a warrant. You're wanted for terrorism. Perfect. Minho handed back the phone. Anything else? She's offering a reward. 50 million won for information leading to your arrest. His own people would turn on him for that kind of money. How long until someone talks? Sable asked. We have maybe 6 hours. Min Seo looked at his boss. Then this location is compromised. Minho nodded. Start evacuation protocol. Where do we go? Nowhere left to go. Minho turned to Sable. His eyes were resigned. This is the end game. Haewon's been planning it for years. Back me into a corner. Force me to make a mistake. Use you as the trigger. The trap had been perfect from the beginning. So we give her what she wants. Sable's mind raced. Let her think she won. She already thinks that. Then we make her. Believe it completely. Sable grabbed his arm. What does Haewon want most? You, dead or destroyed? No. Sable shook her head. She wants your empire, your territory, your respect. She wants everything your father built. Minho's eyes narrowed. What are you saying? I'm saying we give it to her, all of it. Publicly, surrender. That's suicide. Or it's the only move she won't see coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe, besties. Drop a comment if you think Sable's plan will work or if she's about to get them both killed. Minho stared at her like she'd lost her mind. Surrender everything? Are you insane? Maybe. Sable stepped closer. But Haewon expects you to fight, to run, to protect what's yours. She doesn't expect you to give up, because giving up means death. or it means she gets complacent, drops her guard. Min-seo frowned. Boss, she might be right. If Hae-won thinks she's won, she'll make a mistake. Minho finished, his eyes locked on Sable. You're smarter than you look. I'm smarter than you think. Something shifted between them, heat replacing strategy. Everyone out. Minho's voice cut through the tension. Give us the room. Min-seo hesitated. Boss, now. The warehouse emptied, leaving them alone. Minho closed the distance, backed her against the wall, not threatening. Something else entirely. You're going to get yourself killed. His voice dropped. And I can't survive that. Then don't let me die. Her breath hitched. His hand cupped her face, thumb brushing the bruise the minister left. I've been trying not to touch you for 7 months. Why? Because touching you means I can't let go. His forehead pressed against hers. And men like me don't get to keep things we love. Love. The word hung between them. Sable's hands fisted in his shirt. Then don't keep me. Just love me while you can. He kissed her. Desperate and rough and 7 months of restraint breaking at once. She kissed back, poured everything into it, fear and anger and something bigger than both. When they broke apart, both breathing hard, his eyes were different. Softer, more dangerous. If we do this. His voice was rough. If I love you, there's no going back. Good. She pulled him closer. I don't want to go back. He kissed her again, slower this time, like memorizing her. His hands mapped her body, reverent, claiming, you're mine. The words growled against her throat. Prove it. He did. Hours later, wrapped in his jacket on the warehouse floor, Sable traced the scar on his ribs. How? Knife fight, 3 years ago. He caught her hand, kissed her palm. You? She showed him the scar on her shoulder. Car accident. The lie she'd been telling for years. Minho's eyes saw through it. Truth. My father. She'd never said it out loud before. He put me through a windshield when I was 16. His grip tightened. He alive? Prison. 25 to life. Good. Minho's voice went cold, or I'd kill him myself. The protectiveness shouldn't have felt good, but it did. I need to tell you something. Sable sat up. About why I really came to Korea. He waited. I'm not just running from Atlanta. I'm running from the FBI. They wanted me to testify against my father's organization. I refused. Why? Because testifying meant witness protection, new name, new life, never seeing my mother again. She swallowed, so I disappeared instead. Minho pulled her back down, into his arms. We're both ghosts then. What? I died the day they killed Min Jung. Everything since has just been revenge. Not anymore. Sable looked up at him. Now it's survival. He kissed her forehead. Same thing in my world. Then we change your world. They had 3 days before the surrender meeting with Hae-won. 3 days that felt like borrowed time. Minho didn't let Sable out of his sight. She didn't want him to. The second night, he found her standing at the window, watching rain hammer the glass. He wrapped around her from behind, chin resting on her shoulder. What are you thinking? That I've never felt safe before. Her hand covered his. Not until you. His arms tightened. You make me want impossible things. Like what? A future. He turned her to face him. Kids, a house somewhere quiet, mornings that don't start with checking for assassins. She smiled despite everything. How many kids? 2, maybe 3. His thumb traced her jaw. All with your eyes and my stubbornness. Sounds dangerous. Everything about us is dangerous? He kissed her softly. I wouldn't change it. Liar, fine. He kissed her again. I'd change how we met. Would have walked up to you that first day. Asked you to dinner properly. Courted you like you deserve. I don't want proper. She pulled him closer. I want you. You have me. His voice went rough. Every broken piece. They made love slower this time. Less desperate. More devastating. like they were trying to memorize each other in case tomorrow never came. After, tangled in sheets, Minho traced patterns on her back. "I need to tell you something." His voice was quiet. "About the surrender plan." Sable's chest tightened. "What?" "It's a trap. For Haewon. But also for you." He didn't deny it. "If she thinks she's won, she'll want proof. She'll demand I give her something permanent, something that proves my empire is hers. Me." "Yes." His hand stilled. "She'll want you as collateral, to ensure my cooperation, so I'll go." "No." He sat up. "Sable. It's the only way the plan works." She cupped his face. "You know it is. I can't." His voice cracked. "I just got you. I can't hand you over to the woman who killed my sister. You're not handing me over. I'm choosing to go. Choice doesn't matter if you don't come back. Then come get me." She kissed him. "Like you did at the hotel. Like you always do. That was different. I knew where you were. You'll know this time, too." She pulled back. "Because I'll be wearing a tracker. One she won't find." "Where?" She took his hand, placed it over her heart. "Here. Surgically. Implanted. Min Seo already arranged it." Minho's eyes went wide. "When?" "Yesterday, while you were coordinating the surrender logistics." He stared at her. "You're insane. I learned from the best." She smiled. "Now make love to me again. Like it's not the last time. It won't be the last time." His voice turned fierce. "I promise you that." He kept his word, made love to her until dawn broke, until she couldn't remember what fear felt like, until the only thing that existed was his body and hers, and the desperate hope that 3 days from now they'd both still be alive. The surrender meeting was set for midnight at the old Donghua factory, abandoned for years, perfect neutral ground where blood wouldn't stain anything valuable, Sable dressed in white, Minho's choice. "Virgin sacrifice," he'd said bitterly, "might as well look the part." He helped zip her dress, hands lingering. "I hate this plan. You created this plan. Doesn't mean I don't hate it." He turned her around, kissed her like it was the last time. "Come back to me. Always." The tracker burned under her skin. Reminder she wasn't going in alone. Min Seo drove them. The factory loomed against the night sky. Rusted metal, broken windows. Haewon's people lined the entrance. 20 armed guards. Minho's hand found hers in the dark, squeezed once, then let go. They walked in together. Haewon waited in the center of the empty floor, spotlights creating a theater. She smiled when she saw them. "Cha Minho. Finally learned your place." "I learned what matters." His voice was flat. "You want my territory? Take it. You want my businesses? They're yours. You want my surrender? You have it." Haewon's eyes narrowed. "Just like that?" "Just like that. What's the catch?" "No catch." Minho's jaw clenched. "You won. I'm tired of fighting. Tired of losing people. I'm done." The words sounded true. Defeated. Broken. Haewon studied him, then smiled. "I don't believe you. Believe what you want." Minho pulled out papers, signed documents transferring everything. "All I want is safe passage out of Korea. For me and Sable." "Absolutely not." Haewon's voice went cold. "The girl stays." Sable's heart stopped. "Right on schedule. That wasn't the deal." Minho stepped forward. "I'm changing the deal." Haewon gestured. Guards moved, surrounded Sable. "She stays as insurance. To make sure you don't try anything stupid. 6 months. If you behave, maybe I'll let her go." 6 months wasn't part of the plan. Terror clawed up Sable's throat. Minho's control shattered. "You said—" "I lied." Haewon's smile was vicious. "Did you really think I'd let you walk away? After everything you've taken from me? What did I take from you?" "My father." Haewon's voice turned to ice. 20 years ago, your father killed mine, started this whole war, and now I'm ending it by taking everything from you, starting with her." Minho lunged, guards grabbed him, forced him to his knees. Sable struggled. hands locked around her arms. No, let him go. Such devotion. Hae-won walked closer, stroked Sable's face. I see why he's obsessed. You're very beautiful when you're terrified. Touch her again and You'll what? Hae-won laughed. You're finished, Minho. Broken. And she's mine now. Minho's eyes met Sable's across the space. Love and fury and apology. She mouthed 3 words. Trust the plan. His jaw tightened. Nodded once. Take him away. Hae-won waved her hand. Let him rot knowing I own what he loves. They dragged Minho toward the exit. He didn't fight. Played defeated perfectly. The second he was gone, Hae-won's smile dropped. Get her to the basement. The real work begins now. The basement reeked of mold and old blood. Concrete walls, single light bulb, chair bolted to the floor where they zip-tied Sable's wrists. Hae-won circled her like a predator. 6 months is a long time. We're going to get to know each other very well. Sable kept her face blank, said nothing. Tell me. Hae-won leaned close. What's it like? Loving a man who's killed more people than he can count? Better than being you. The slap came fast. Sable's head snapped sideways. Blood filled her mouth. Careful. Hae-won's voice was silk. I haven't decided whether to keep you alive yet. Then kill me. Sable met her eyes. Or shut up. Another slap. Harder. You've got spirit. Hae-won smiled. Min Jung had spirit too, right until the end. The name made Sable's blood ice. What did you do to her? Everything. Hae-won pulled out her phone, showed photos. Horrific. Brutal. I documented it all. Want to see what's waiting for you? Sable looked away. Bile rising. 3 days. Hae-won pocketed the phone. She lasted 3 days before she begged me to kill her. Let's see if you can beat her record. Footsteps on the stairs. A guard appeared. Boss. Problem. What now? Cha's people are mobilizing, hitting our warehouses. 3 locations down in the last hour. Hae-won's face darkened. Impossible. He surrendered. Maybe he lied. Or maybe. Hae-won turned back to Sable. She's the distraction. The tracker. Had they found it? Search her. Strip her if you have to. Guards moved forward. Sable's heart hammered. The tracker was subcutaneous. They'd need equipment to find it. But if they looked hard enough... Wait. Hae-won held up a hand. Better idea. She pulled out a knife, pressed it to Sable's throat. Call him. Tell Minho if he doesn't stand down in the next 10 minutes, I start cutting pieces off his precious maid. The guard handed over a phone. Dialed. Put it on speaker. Minho answered on the first ring. Where is she? Alive. Hae-won's knife pressed deeper. For now, but your little attacks need to stop. No. The word was absolute. No? Hae-won laughed. I have a knife to her throat, and I have 50 men surrounding your building. Minho's voice was steel. You kill her. You don't leave that factory alive. Bluff. Try me. Hae-won's grip tightened. You're insane. You made me this way. Background noise came through. The phone. Explosions. Gunfire. The attacks on your warehouses? Just the opening move. I'm burning everything you own. Every business, every safe house, every ally. I'm scorching the earth, Hae-won. And when there's nothing left, I'm coming for you. This is war. This is love. His voice dropped. And you were stupid enough to get between me and what I love. The line went dead. Hae-won stared at the phone. Face pale. He's bluffing. More explosions echoed above. Closer now. The building shook. Boss. The guard's voice cracked. We need to evacuate. No. Hae-won's knife trembled. This is my territory. The lights went out. Emergency backup kicked in. Red glow barely illuminating the basement. Gunfire erupted upstairs. Screaming. More explosions. Hae-won grabbed Sable's hair, yanked her head back. You did this. You're the bait for the real trap. No. Sable smiled through the pain. I'm the trap. The basement door exploded off its hinges. Minho stood in the smoke and fire, gun raised, eyes completely black. Let her go. Each word was a death sentence. Or I kill everyone in this building, starting with you. Haewon pressed the knife harder. Sable felt blood trickle down her throat. One step closer, and she dies. Minho lowered his gun, raised his hands. Okay, you win. Liar. Haewon's voice shook. You're always lying. Not about her, never about her. He stepped forward slowly. I'll trade. Me for Sable. Right now. This is a trick. It's love. His eyes locked on Sable's. I told you I can't survive losing her. Sable's chest cracked open. Don't. She choked out the word. Minho, don't. Sorry, baby. His smile was heartbreaking. But you're worth more than revenge. Haewon's knife wavered. You'd really die for her? Without hesitation, the moment stretched. Haewon calculating, Minho waiting, Sable bleeding. Then Minseo's voice crackled through hidden speakers. Boss, building secured. Haewon's guards are down. You're clear. Haewon spun, realized too late. Walls lined with Minho's people. Red dots from sniper rifles painting her chest and head. The surrender was the trap. Minho's voice went cold. You expected me to fight back, so I did. Loud and obvious. While my real team moved in silent, you. Haewon's face twisted. You played me. You killed my sister. His gun came back up. Did you think I'd ever really surrender? The knife left Sable's throat. Haewon grabbed her instead. Human shield. I still have her, and I still have 50 guns aimed at your head. Minho stepped closer. You really think I'd risk a shot when she's in the way? Then we're at a stalemate. No. Sable's voice rang clear. We're not. She slammed her head backward. Heard Haewon's nose crunch. The grip loosened. Sable dropped. Rolled. Minho fired. Haewon fell. Not dead. Shoulder wound. Screaming. Guards rushed in. Secured her. Minho crossed the space in 2 strides. Pulled Sable up. Hands checking her throat. The cut. His face went murderous. I'm okay. She grabbed his wrists. I'm okay. You're bleeding. It's shallow. Just a scratch. He kissed her anyway. Desperate and claiming. Tasting blood and fear and relief. When they broke apart, his forehead pressed to hers. Don't ever scare me like that again. You literally just traded yourself for me. Different. His hands cupped her face. I had a plan. So did I. She smiled through tears. Headbutt and drop. That was the stupidest. He kissed her again. Bravest. Most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I learned from you. No. His thumb wiped blood from her throat. You're better than me. Always have been. Haewon's voice cut through. This isn't over. From the floor. Bleeding. Still defiant. I have people everywhere. They'll come for you. For her. Minho turned. Walked to where she lay. Crouched down. You're right. His voice was quiet. This isn't over. Because I'm not killing you. What? Death is too easy. He stood. You're going to stand trial. For Min Jung's murder. For human trafficking. For every crime you've committed in 20 years. And you're going to rot in prison knowing I won. That Sable's alive, that we're together. That you lost everything. You can't. Haewon's eyes went wide. The evidence. You don't have... We have everything. Minseo stepped forward, held up a hard drive. Your entire operation. 20 years of records. Names, dates, crimes, all of it. Impossible. Your second-in-command sold you out. Minho's smile was cold. 3 months ago. Been feeding us information ever since. Haewon's face crumpled. No. Yes. Take her away. Guards hauled her up, dragged her out screaming. The basement fell silent. Minho pulled Sable into his arms, held her like he'd never let go. It's over. His voice cracked. It's finally over. She buried her face in his chest, felt his heart hammering against hers. We survived. We did more than survive. He tilted her chin up. We won. He kissed her soft and deep and full of promises. 3 weeks later, the police had everything. Haewon's network collapsed. Arrests across Seoul, politicians, judges, business leaders, 20 years of corruption exposed. Minho cooperated, gave statements, handed over his own records. The prosecutors offered a deal, 5 years instead of life, for taking down the bigger fish. He took it. Sable visited him the night before sentencing. Private room at the police station, guard outside the door giving them privacy. 5 years. She sat across from him. That's a long time. It's nothing. His hand covered hers. I'd do 50 if it meant keeping you safe. I don't want you to go. I know. He lifted her hand, kissed her knuckles. But I have to. Pay for what I've done. Become someone worthy of you. You're already worthy. I'm a killer, Sable. His eyes were honest. I've done terrible things, hurt people, destroyed lives. Prison is where I belong, then I'll wait. No. His grip tightened. You should move on. Find someone good, someone clean, someone who... Shut up. She leaned across the table, kissed him hard. I'm not going anywhere. 5 years. I'll be right here when you get out. You don't know what you're saying. I know exactly what I'm saying. Her voice was steel. I love you. Prison doesn't change that. His control broke. He stood, pulled her up, kissed her like a drowning man. I don't deserve you. Too bad. You're stuck with me. They made love one last time. On the floor of that police station room, desperate and quiet and full of goodbye. After, wrapped in his jacket, Sable told him, I'm pregnant. Minho went completely still. What? 2 months. She placed his hand on her stomach. I found out last week. His eyes filled. He never cried, but now tears tracked down his face. A baby? Our baby. He dropped to his knees, pressed his forehead to her belly. I'm so sorry. I won't be there, won't see you grow, won't hold them when they're born. You'll hold them when you get out. She ran fingers through his hair. We'll wait, both of us. That's not fair to you. Life's not fair. She pulled him up, but we make it work anyway. He kissed her stomach, then her, poured everything into it, love and regret and promise. The guard knocked. Time's up. Minho held her one more time, memorized the feel of her. I'll call every week, write every day, think about you every second. I know. She touched his face. And I'll be here. Always. They pulled him away. She watched him go, hand on her stomach, their future growing inside her. The courtroom was packed the next day. Minho stood for sentencing, 5 years, eligible for parole in 3 with good behavior. He looked at Sable in the gallery, smiled. She smiled back, mouthed 3 words, worth the wait. Year 1 was the hardest. Sable's belly grew. She moved into a small apartment near the prison, started working with a victims advocacy group, helping women escape trafficking, using her story, turning pain into purpose. Minho called every Sunday, limited minutes. They made each word count. How's the baby? Active, kicks all night, just like me. His laugh was rough. I'm sorry I can't be there. You will be. She touched her stomach. We're both waiting. I don't deserve this. His voice cracked. Don't deserve you or that baby. Too bad you're stuck with us. The calls kept her alive. His voice, his promises, his slow transformation behind bars. She gave birth on a rainy October night, alone in the hospital. 7 pounds, dark hair, his eyes. She named her Min Jung. The prison allowed a photo visit 2 weeks later. Minho held the picture like it was made of glass, stared at his daughter's face through the glass barrier. She's perfect, tears streaming. I'm missing everything. No. Sable held the baby up to the glass. You're right here, in her eyes, in her smile. You're already her hero. I'm a criminal. You're her father. And you're becoming the man she'll be proud of. Year 2 brought complications. Haewon's remaining network tried to retaliate. 2 attempts on Sable's life. Both failed. Min Seo's protection held, but the fear never left. She stopped bringing Min-jung to prison visits. Too dangerous, too exposed. Minho understood, hated it, but understood. Keep her safe. His voice was absolute. That's all that matters. What about you? I'm already where I belong. Just promise me if something happens to me, you'll tell her the truth. All of it. Nothing's going to happen to you. Promise me, Sable. She promised. But something did happen. Prison riot, gang violence. Minho got caught in the crossfire, stabbed 3 times defending another inmate, critical condition. Sable got the call at midnight, rushed to the prison hospital. They wouldn't let her see him. Not family, just the mother of his child. She screamed at guards, at doctors, at anyone who'd listen. Minseo pulled strings. Got her 5 minutes. Minho looked half dead, tubes everywhere, barely breathing. She took his hand. Don't you dare leave me, her voice broke. We had a deal, 3 more years. You owe me 3 more years. His eyes opened, barely, found hers, love you, whispered, always. Then don't die. She kissed his knuckles. Min-jung needs her father. I need you. Promise. His grip tightened. Fractionally. I'll fight. You better. He did. Survived surgery. Recovered slowly. But the attack changed things. Prison authorities moved him to protective custody. Isolation. Safer, but lonelier. Sable visited through glass. He looked thinner. Haunted. I'm not going to make it 3 more years. His honesty cut. Not like this. Then we apply for early release. Medical. Psychological. Whatever it takes. They won't approve it. Then we make them. She leaned forward. I didn't survive Haewon just to lose you to this place. Minseo had connections. Lawyers, politicians who owed favors. He worked miracles. 6 months after the stabbing, Minho's case went before the parole board. Early release. Conditional. Sable sat in the hearing room. Min-jung on her lap. 2 years old now. Didn't understand why Daddy lived behind glass. The board asked questions. Minho answered honestly. Took responsibility, showed evidence of change, therapy records, educational certificates, letters from prison staff. Then they asked about his plans after release. I want to be a father. His eyes found Sable across the room. A husband if she'll have me. I want to build something clean, something my daughter won't be ashamed of. The board deliberated for 3 hours. Approved. Release date 30 days. Sable cried in the parking lot. Min-jung patted her face. Mama sad? No, baby. Happy tears. Daddy's coming home. Dada home? Min-jung's eyes went wide. Soon, so soon. Those 30 days crawled. Sable prepared everything. Found a small house in Busan, away from Seoul's memories, near the ocean. Fresh start. Minho called every night now, planning, dreaming. Terrified. What if I'm not good at this? His voice was small. Being a real father, a real partner. You'll learn. We both will. What if the violence comes back? What if I can't control it? Then we'll deal with it together. She was firm. But I don't think it will. You're not that man anymore. How do you know? Because that man wouldn't be scared right now. Wouldn't care about being good enough. Wouldn't love us the way you do. Silence. Then, I'm going to spend the rest of my life proving you right. I'm counting on it. Release day came fast and slow at once. Sable stood outside the prison gates, Min-jung in a red dress, Sable in red too, full circle from where it all started. The doors opened. Minho walked out. Free man, thinner, older, eyes different, softer and harder at once. He stopped when he saw them, like he couldn't believe it was real. Sable walked forward, met him halfway. Hi. Her voice shook. Hi. He stared at Min-jung. She's so big, 2.5, growing every day. Sable held her out. This is your daddy. Min-jung studied him seriously. Then, Dada? Yes, baby girl. Minho's voice broke. I'm your Dada. She reached for him. He took her. First time holding his daughter, hands shaking. She was warm and real in his. He buried his face in her hair, wept. Don't cry, Dada. Min-jung patted his cheek. Happy tears. He kissed her forehead. The happiest. Sable wrapped around both of them, felt whole for the first time in 3 years. You waited. Wonder in his voice. I told you I would. She kissed him softly. I keep my promises. So do I. He looked at her. All the love in the world in his eyes. I promised to be worthy, to change. Did I? She smiled. Let's find out together. They drove to Busan. New house. New life. Min-jung fell asleep in the back seat. Minho couldn't stop staring at everything. Ocean, sky, freedom. It's real, right? He asked. I'm really out. Really here. Really here. Sable took his hand. And you're never going back. Never. His grip tightened. I'd die first. Don't talk about dying. She pulled into their driveway. Talk about living. The house was small. Perfect. Ocean view. Room for Min-jung. Room for them. Home. Minho said it like a prayer. Our home, Sable corrected. That night, after Min-jung was asleep, they made love for the first time in 3 years. Desperate and gentle, relearning each other, bodies changed, hearts deeper. After tangled together, Minho said it. Marry me. Sable laughed. We're not even engaged yet. We are now. He pulled a ring from the nightstand. Cheap metal. Simple. Had Min Seo buy it last week. Not much, but it's perfect. She kissed him. Yes. Yes? Yes, I'll marry you. Yes to everything. He slid the ring on, kissed her like she was oxygen. Outside, waves crashed. Inside, they built their future. 2 months into freedom, the past came back. Minho was at the construction site when Min Seo called. Boss, we have a problem. Don't call me that. Minho wiped sweat from his face. What's wrong? Hae-won escaped. The word stopped his heart. What? Prison transport. 3 guards dead. She's in the wind. And she left a message. Minho's blood turned to ice. What message? A photo. Min Seo's voice was grim. Of your house. Timestamp this morning. Sable. Min-jung. He ran. Drove 90 miles an hour back to Busan. Called Sable 50 times. No answer. Terror clawed up his throat. Please. He begged no one. Please let them be okay. He crashed through the front door. House silent. Too silent. Sable! His voice echoed. Min-jung. Nothing. Then he saw it. Blood on the kitchen floor. Not much, but enough. His world ended. A note on the table. Hae-won's handwriting. Want them back? Come to the old factory. Alone. You know which one. The place where it all nearly ended before. Minho's hands shook, rage and fear warring. He called Min Seo. She has them. I'm mobilizing everyone. No. Minho's voice was dead. She said alone. I'm going alone. That's suicide. I don't care. His control shattered. She has my daughter, my everything. I'll burn in hell before I let Hae-won hurt them. Boss, think. I am thinking. And I'm going. Tell the police. Tell whoever. But I'm not waiting. He hung up, grabbed the gun he'd sworn never to touch again, drove to Seoul. The factory loomed dark. Same place Hae-won had held Sable years ago. Full circle. Minho walked in. No backup. No plan. Just desperate love. Hae-won waited in the center. Spotlights. Theatrical. Sable and Min-jung beside her. Tied to chairs. Alive but terrified. Daddy! Min-jung screamed. His heart shattered. Baby girl, it's okay. It's not okay. Hae-won's face was scarred now. Prison had ruined her beauty. You destroyed my life, my empire, everything. You destroyed yourself. Liar. She pressed a gun to Sable's head. You took everything from me. Now I take everything from you. Please. Minho dropped his gun, raised his hands. Take me instead. Kill me. Let them go. Too easy. Hae-won smiled. I want you to suffer, like I suffered. Watch everyone you love die, starting with her. She cocked the gun. Sable closed her eyes. Wait. A new voice cut through. Min Seo stepped from the shadows. 50 men behind him, guns raised, surrounding the factory. You really think he came alone? Min Seo's smile was cold. He's smarter than that now. Haewon spun, realized she was trapped. No, this isn't over, Minho finished. Yes, it is. 3 years ago, I would have killed you myself, but I'm different now. So I'm giving you a choice. Surrender or die. I choose option 3. Haewon's finger tightened on the trigger. Sable moved, somehow twisted her chair, threw herself sideways. The shot went wide. Minho lunged, tackled Haewon. They hit the ground hard, fought for the gun. It went off once, twice. Silence. Minho stood, blood on his shirt, not his. Haewon lay still, eyes empty, finally gone. He ran to Sable, cut her free, then Min-jung, held them both, shaking uncontrollably. You're okay, you're okay. Over and over. We're okay. Sable held his face. You saved us. No. He looked at Min Seo. We saved us. Police sirens wailed, getting closer. Self-defense, Min Seo assured. Witnesses. Video. You're clean. Minho didn't care about clean, only cared about the 2 people in his arms. Is it really over? Sable whispered. He looked at Haewon's body. The woman who'd destroyed so much finally stopped. Yeah, his voice cracked. It's really over. Min-jung clung to his neck. Scared, Dada. I know, baby, but you're safe now. We all are. They walked out together, past the police, past the cameras, into the dawn. For the first time in 5 years, Minho felt free. Really, truly free. 3 years later. Sable stood in front of the mirror adjusting her red dress, the same one that started everything, still fit perfectly. You're wearing that? Minho appeared in the doorway, 5-year-old Min-jung on his shoulders, 3-year-old Grace holding his hand. It's tradition. Sable smiled. Red dress. New beginning. He crossed the room, set Min-jung down gently, pulled Sable close. Last time you wore that dress, I lost my mind. And look where it got us. She gestured to their daughters. To the life we built. Best decision I never made. He kissed her. Still can't believe you're mine. 7 years and you're still saying that. I'll say it for 70 more. Their wedding was small. Beach in Busan. Closest friends. Min Seo as best man. Yuna, May, and Kendra as bridesmaids. All alive. All safe. All free. The foundation they'd built in Min-jung's memory had saved 200 women from trafficking. Real change. Real impact. Minho worked construction by day, taught self-defense to survivors at night, turning his violence into protection, his darkness into light. Sable ran the foundation, spoke at conferences, told her story, helped others find their own courage. At the ceremony, Minho's vows broke everyone. 7 years ago, I was a monster who thought power meant control. Then you wore a red dress and destroyed everything I thought I knew. He held her hands. You taught me that real strength is loving someone enough to change. Real power is choosing mercy over revenge. Real control is letting go. His voice cracked. You saved me, Sable. In every way a person can be saved, and I promise to spend the rest of my life being worthy of that gift, being the man our daughters can be proud of, being the husband you deserve. I love you. 3 words. Absolute. For the first time, I'm saying them as your wife. Sable's vows were simpler, deeper. You blocked a door 7 years ago, told me I couldn't leave in that dress. She smiled through tears. Best prison I ever walked into, because it led me to you, to this family, to a love I didn't know existed. We've survived war, prison, attempts on our lives, separation, fear, everything that should have destroyed us. She squeezed his hands, but we're still here, still fighting, still choosing each other. So I promise to keep choosing you. Every single day, in every red dress and every quiet morning, in every challenge and every victory, forever. They kissed as husband and wife. Min-jung and Grace cheered. The ocean roared approval. That night, after the reception, after the girls were asleep, Minho and Sable walked the beach alone. Happy? he asked, deliriously. She leaned into him. You? I have everything I never knew I needed. He stopped, turned her to face him. Thank you. For what? For waiting, for believing, for wearing that red dress. She laughed. Which time? Every time. He pulled her close, but especially the first time. When you walked past my office and broke my brain, I was just going to a party. You destroyed my empire. His smile was soft. Best thing that ever happened to me. They stood in comfortable silence. Two people who'd found each other in the worst circumstances and built something beautiful from the wreckage. Do you ever miss it? She asked. The power, the control, never. His answer was immediate. This is better. You're better. They're better. He looked back at the house where their daughters slept. Everything about this life is better. Even the construction work, especially that. He grinned. Honest labor. Clean money. I sleep better now. You sleep better because you're exhausted chasing two tiny humans. That too. He kissed her temple. But mostly because I'm not afraid anymore. Not of losing you. Not of the past. Not of tomorrow. What changed? You. Always you. The moon rose over the water, painted everything silver. Come on. Sable took his hand. Let's go home. Home. He said it like a benediction. Yeah, let's go home. They walked back together, the red dress swaying in the ocean breeze, the Mafia King who became a good man, the maid who became his salvation, proof that love could survive anything, even blocked doors, even prison sentences, even the darkness that tried to consume them. In the end, the red dress didn't start a war, it started a redemption, and they lived it, every single day, together. Comment. Red dress forever if this story changed you. Like and subscribe for more Afro K-Drama stories that will destroy your heart and rebuild it better. What story should I tell next? Drop your ideas below. Thank you for watching, besties. Until next time.